Moderation was an amazing experience actually, because you get to hear every single presentation and you get to connect them. For people who tend to migrate between two different stages, you need to do a little bit of a recap and you need to kind of put things into context. It also helped me with my masterclass because I was able to pull in a few of the previous speakers and some of the examples that they've used and brought them into the conversation. And I said, look, you know, I've shown this slide talking about publication X, but you've done something similar. Do you want to tell the folks in the audience about your experience for those that haven't heard it, or maybe just put a nice little summary about it? I think video is becoming bigger and bigger in terms of the conversation. You know, when the publishers are talking about their multi-platform approach, they spend a considerable amount of time talking about how they've diversified themselves as a, you know, what used to be purely a print business to a multi-platform content business. You know, events is another one, but video is becoming increasingly popular and cheaper to produce. We had a masterclass that talked about the video production, you know, how to reduce the cost of that, and how to make video more appealing, how to fit it within the editorial process. And we talked about, the second item was the events business as a point of diversification for media companies. How to produce good events, what are the best practices there, how to extend the reach of your brand to existing readership as well as the new readership, how to pull in the sponsorship to the events, all the different sides of the event business that fit within that kind of diversification pillar of content distribution. No, and I think that's a misconception that's quickly being debunked. And I think we had fantastic presentations, not just from the video producers, but also from other publishers who've said, look, you know, you can make it fairly cheaply. You can use tools that are readily available. You can use, you know, a smartphone with a good resolution, with a 4K video capability. As long as you have a good story and it's that you can video. You can record, as long as you have good sound to go with it, and as long as you have that content distribution strategy that comes with that video, you've pretty much got yourself covered. Story and time are critical in that respect, but it doesn't have to be a massive Hollywood production. A lot of videos are viewed on smartphones these days. Another masterclass that John Wilpus has taken us through was about the rise of smartphones as the primary communication device, the primary content consumption device. And so the videos on the smartphones that you get don't need to be of fantastic quality. The users are not expecting kind of super HD quality on those devices. You still hear about you know, kind of doom and gloom in the industry. You still hear about all of the challenges that the industry is going through, but I think the industry has gone through that crisis stage where it was almost beating itself for all the missteps that it has taken, and it's trying to see more opportunities that have arisen as a result. And the opportunities are endless as long as we understand what we bring as a value proposition, and what we bring as a value proposition is a fantastic content. So if we focus on quality journalism, if we focus on quality content, the other opportunities exist there for us to be able to package that content and deliver it to the right audience at the right time, through the right channels at the right price. And we're finally finding a way in working with content distribution platforms, with social media, where we still respect the value that we bring. We still find ways of reaching our readers, and we're quite a bit more optimistic about what the future holds, as opposed to kind of preparing our final rights to be read to us.